What is going on, guys? Benny here. We are here today to talk about something that just got released by a little subwoofer company that you guys may have heard of. I think they're called SVS. So, let's talk about it after the intro. Alright, guys, we are back to talk about the new subwoofers that SVS is starting to put out. And they lifted the embargo on the 26th, and that's something I'm really excited to talk about because I'm starting to add some home theater stuff to the channel, and then we can go over some of this. So, this definitely excites me for sure, especially for people that are into home theater. If you're just getting into home theater, these are some subs that you are going to want to check out. So we're going to go over some of that today, and I'll put up some pictures here throughout the video as well, and then we'll kind of go over the looks, and then you guys can tell me what you think about them down below in the comments, and tell me what subs you have that you may want to replace with these guys. Alright, so a couple of the things that getting too excited. Okay. The two subwoofers that they did add to their line were the new SB-1000 Pro and the PB-1000 Pro. So it's kind of a refresh of the original PB-1000 and SB-1000. So let's go over a couple of the things here. We'll kind of hit on some of the points, and then we'll bring up some of the pictures and kind of go over that. So with that, they are putting out a sealed SB-1000 Pro Series. It kind of sets the performance benchmark in terms of the price range, and basically well beyond, as well as when it comes to the PB-1000 Pro. They're trying to take their entry levels and kind of get it as close to the 2000s as they can, and basically smash the competition everywhere else. So with that, there are a couple changes that they made. So one of the things is both 1000 series for the pros, they made them both 12s this time. So you get two, both of them have 12-inch on them both. In the PB-1000, the original, it was a 10-inch, and the cabinet design is a little bit different. Probably a lot of bit different on the inside, though. They each have 12-inch high excursion drivers now. It comes with their new Sledge STA 325D amplifier with fully discrete MOSFETs this time for output, which is great. Definitely getting some trickle-down technology there from the higher end lines of theirs. And then also the 50 megahertz analog device DSP, which is great. And then that's kind of one of the biggest things, because now we're getting to be able to use the smartphone application for the entry series. Being able to do that on an entry series and have that much tweakability for being able to tune it exactly how you want it for your room, and being able to sit in the sitting position and get it to sound as sweet as you want it to be and as loud as you want it to be, that's awesome. Means you don't have to bring a friend over or make your wife do it and move it around and change the settings. But with that, another thing that with this, these entry level ones have benefited from the trickle down of technology, because a lot of this stuff that they put in these new Pro Series 1000 Pro Series, they come from the flagship model, so the 16 Ultra, and basically with that, they used to be only available for that model. So let's see here. So we talked about the new Sledge amplifier in it, the MOSFET outputs, MOSFET output, and then so then another change that they have made for both of them, for the PB and the SB, is they put a little bit more wattage into it. As you could tell, they have the new amplifier in the back of it, the ST325D, meaning they up the running power to 325 watts, but the peak power is so much higher than the previous one. The peak power now is 820 plus watts of peak power. So the best part about that is it will have the power to when it needs it, opposed to like having the peak power a little bit, like a lot lower than the previous one. This can thump out as hard as it can and when it needs it for any movie or any type of music that you're listening to. And then basically what that helps with too, it does help with like virtually lowering the distortion as much as possible. And then let's see here, again, kind of limitless demand on power. And let's see, and then it's also able to, even with that power, it's able to be controlled correctly and effortlessly in the way they put it. Going over again, kind of reiterating that you do get to use that 56-bit filtering DSP system that they have through the application, which is, again, to me, one of the best things for them to put this in their entry-level series, because that's amazing. A couple of the things that they did change did make the front baffle of both subs. They did make it super extra thick MDF. They made the internals a lot more rigid, and the internal bracing kind of to support those drivers, to ensure like it's as inert as it can be for a smaller box like that, so then you don't get any cabinet resonance. So let's kind of get into a few of the numbers that they're throwing out here. So the SB Pro, it's the sealed cabinet version of it. So let's see here. They're claiming it's going to be able to extend down to the 20 hertz. That's like, you can't hear that, you feel that. So they're claiming that it's going to be able to slam down to 20 hertz. That cabinet, in terms of the sealed one, you'd want to, like, if you don't like ported subs, like you don't like the chuffing and of ported subs, compared, like, you would want to go for the sealed one, as well as if you want it to be a little bit of a tighter bass but not as low as a ported one, as well as volume output, you'd want to go for the sealed one. But so they're claiming for this guy, the frequency response is all the way down to 20 hertz and all the way up to 270 hertz plus or minus 3 dB. So for the PB-1000 ported cabinet, basically, they're claiming, so if you run it in standard mode, so if you're not putting any of the plugs in the portholes, it can reach all the way down to 17 hertz, go all the way up to 260 hertz plus or minus 3 dB. If you do run it sealed, it will be at 19 hertz to 260 hertz plus or minus 3 dB. There are a couple different finishes you can get the SB Pro in, but only one finish in the PB-1000 Pro in. And that's fine for now. I'm sure they'll have more finishes in the ported version later on, or to keep the price down, they'll just have one finish. For the SB-1000 Pro, comes in premium black ash, piano gloss black, and piano gloss white. So if you're going to get that in the black ash, it's only $499.99. I know. And then if you're going to get the piano gloss black or the piano gloss white, it's $599.99. That boggles my mind. It's only $100 more for the gloss version. I'm not usually for the gloss version, but they look prettier. So in the PB-1000 Pro, unfortunately, you only get one finish, and that's the black ash. But again, that one is only $599.99. I am freaking speechless at how freaking cheap these are. So in terms of like, if you want your house to rumble, right, and not completely fall apart, like if you were getting like the 2000 series or any of the other higher series, and you kind of just have a smaller space as well, but you want that rumble, you could get 2 of these for $1,000, or even 2 black ash versions of the SB-1000 Pro for 1,000. Come on, man, come on. It's amazing. So with that, let's go over some of the pictures that they sent me that we can go over here. All right, let's see here. All right, so we'll put them here. We'll put them here in the Havana white box. These are the Thetas, by the way. So with that, here we are. So we got the back of the subs here. So pretty standard fare for SVS. Again, the new STA 325D amplifier, and we have left and right output here, and we have the 5-volt 150 milliamp USB, probably for servicing and updates. And then we have the volume control up and down, auto or on, low pass filter, phase, 180 degrees, 90 degrees. But you can change this, which is amazing for volume and other things. And then you do have a trigger input down here, which is pretty awesome. And then let's get to back here. So we do have the speakers back here. So if you had like one in the front of your room and one in the back, you could run this on the back speakers if you wanted to. So let's see here. So this beautiful thing here is the SB-1000 Pro. This is the glossy version. I do believe this is a digitized version of it, so it's a render. So let's see here, the black ash version, if you're not so keen on the gloss. And then they're just kind of showing here the use of their app, and so many people love the app for this because you can do it from your sitting position. So this is the PB-1000 Pro Series. So this guy, one of the things about this guy here was that cabinet change. So basically with that, the original one, it was like an offsetted 10-inch and then one 3.5-inch ported hole. Now we have a 12-inch and then two 2.5-inch ported holes. So with that, being able to have 2 ported holes, I always say is a little bit better, or a lot bigger of a ported hole, but this should definitely cut down on the chuffing for sure. So that's what it would look like in your artistic like house. So let's see here. Okay, flipping through here, showing again the parametric EQ that you can do with the SVS app, which is amazing. This is just a picture of the driver and how gigantic the magnet is. This is one thing that kind of, in terms of the design, I didn't like too much myself, only because then it kind of looks like an average sub. Come on, SVS, we like those metal grills you have on there. But again, very discreet, looks great, pretty decent looking, again with the gloss. Another picture of the black ash PB-1000 Pro. It's really awesome looking. I probably want 2 of these or 2 seals. Again, another artistic shot of what it could look like if you have some SVS primes. That would be pretty awesome. So let's see here, another picture, but with the PB-1000 Pro. And then, yeah, these are pretty. These are pretty looking. pretty looking. I like them. So let's see here. I'm gonna flip back through. Let's see, were there any more? Oh, the white. If you like white, here we go. Slam! Look at that. They didn't send me a picture with the grill on. I wonder if it's that light gray grill, which if it is, this looks like it has more of the WAF or wife acceptance factor, or SAF, spouse acceptance factor, in case your husband doesn't want speakers in his house. But yeah, that's all the pictures I have. The other ones, you know, kind of repeats, but these are gorgeous. I think if you're really tight on space, go with the seals in terms of room, and then if your neighbors won't kill you, and you live in like a condo or something, or even a townhome, you could probably get away with 2 of these. All right, so with that, guys, that is the announcement for the SVS Pro versions of the SB-1000 and the PB-1000. And with that, again, the prices for the SB-1000 Pro in the black ash is $499.99. For the piano gloss or piano gloss white, it's $599.99. And then for the PB-1000 Pro in black ash, it's $599.99. So with that, guys, being able to have something like this in your house, for those prices is nuts. And I like it. So again, guys, if you are watching this right now, please subscribe. Hit a like on that like button if you like what we went over today. I'm going to do some more of these types of up and coming things when they come out. I'll make it a new playlist if I may. And then also leave a comment down below, like I said at the start of the video. What subwoofers are you using and which ones do you want? Especially if you're just getting into home audio, this is a no-brainer to get either one of these. I'll leave a link down below to the SVS website so you can grab them there. And then, yeah, guys, I will see you in the next video. And have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night whenever you're watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Later.